Parkinsons. Welcome to Make It Monday. We are going to make the easiest dinner you have ever imagined. It's called Everyday Easy Chicken Pot Pie. It's not like a traditional chicken pot pie at all, it's a casserole. But it's very easy. Now you can do it with rotisserie chicken, but I've chosen to do it with ground chicken. So, because I got ground chicken on sale. So I thought, well, I'm going to just do it with the ground chicken. So, I will go over the ingredients. I will have the recipe down in the description box below for anybody who wants it. And all the recipes that I have done are on the playlist area. I'd like to welcome everybody who's new, and if you're watching and you haven't subscribed and you want to, please join our family. We would love to have you. This is one of those casseroles. One of my friends, actually it was her recipe, and she said to me years ago, she said, I love making this because I don't have to think about it. I come home and I can just do it. If you have a little bit of rotisserie chicken left over, frozen vegetables, can of mushroom soup, oh there it is, mushroom soup, and a box of stuffing. It's super simple. I'm just going to get a couple spices for this. I didn't bring any, so I think I should. There we go. Garlic, onion, and pepper. I'm just going to keep it very simple. It doesn't call for any spices. But, you know, everything's better with a little bit of spice. So I'm just going to do some garlic powder and powdered pepper. Those are kind of our favorite go-tos. So there's a little bit of the, over here, a little bit of the onion powder. And a little bit of garlic. You know, when you first cook with ground chicken or ground turkey, my gosh, it looks slimy and it doesn't look good at all. But once you've got it cooked, it's a really nice product. So I buy mine usually in that square package because it's not so disgusting as the ones that are in the tub. The ones that are in the tub kind of are really icky. But all right, come along here pretty good. Now, I did put a little spray of oil into this fry pan, which is just to keep it from sticking. And while this is cooking, I'm going to want to put my onions in to get them started too, but I want this to just sort of start to cook first. You can see the parts that are starting to cook. You see they're turning white and not pink. That's how you're going to tell. Now I have my splatter screen over here, so once I put these onions in, I can put my splatter screen on. It's not going to splatter much because there's not much grease in this type of a dish. But it's nice just to keep it all nice and clean. Okay. Put this over here. There you go. It won't take very long for that to cook up. So the other ingredients that you're going to need, you want a box of stuffing. Now, the stuffing you make can be any kind. Chicken, turkey. This one here was called Southern cornbread. So I made a box of Southern cornbread. And all you do for that is put a little bit of water into it, put it in the microwave for 4 minutes, stand for 4 minutes, and it's done. I got, it says bag of mixed vegetables. Well, I had corn and peas. So I've got the corn and the peas here, and I've got soup. This one happens to be no salt added soup. We find the canned foods very salty. That's the one thing that we do find. We're often looking to find things that have a little bit less salt in it. Just not because the doctor said to take it or less or anything, just because we just find it is too salty to eat. Okay. I had a really nice visit yesterday with the kids. Tell Ashley and Finn came over, and Fighting was over for a bit, but it was so nice to see them. I tried desperately to get a picture of him walking, but he's tentative on his feet just yet, and he walked a few steps to me, but I never could catch it on video. I tried. I did catch him just standing there ever so still for quite a while, not even realizing that he was not holding on to anything. There we go. Okay, now that is not fully cooked, but it's just about, so it's going to be done by the time I get my vegetables and whatnot in there. Okay, now we're going to add the cream of mushroom soup. You can see how fast this is going. Like, this is such a fast dinner. Like, you can be at work all day long, and you come home, and you can have this made in no time at all. Okay, I think I should turn that down a little bit. And then we need a half a cup of milk. Oops. Now there's basically going to be 2 layers here because we're going to have this with our vegetables in it, and then we're going to put the stuffing on the top. All right, let's get the peas and carrots in there. Or no, not carrots, peas and corn. These silly socks that I've got on, one of them keeps coming off my feet. That would drive you crazy, you know. You're walking along the kitchen floor, and next thing you know, you've walked out of your feet. Coffee. Now this is morning time for us. Well, noon time. It's noon time, and so we're not going to be eating it just yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it into the casserole dish, and then I'll put it into the oven at the last moment, just to warm up. Okay. So I'm going to turn this pan here off. There we are, and I'll do that for after. Okay, top with stuffing. Okay, well, let's get the point of topping it with stuffing. I've got a casserole dish. I just have a square Pyrex dish. Give myself some room here. See that? Yeah, I've got a square Pyrex dish. Got 2 types of scoop. I didn't know which one would be easier, so we'll just start with this one. And you can see this is just so simple. Now, if you wanted it saucier, you could always add more soup to it, but it's saucy enough, really. And because you're using ground chicken, you know, you're not having all that fat that would be in like ground beef. Okay, now I'm going to use a smaller scoop now. Sometimes it's the simplest things that make the most pleasure, you know. Bill's going to take Cal out for lunch today, so they'll have a bit of a boys' day there. That'd be nice. All right. Now, let's top it with stuffing. I'm just going to use my fingers because I want it to crumble. I don't want it to be in a big blob. And I made it last night, so I put it in the fridge so it would be nice and cooled down so I could crumble it. But you can make it right at the same time. I just did this because I wanted to have it cooled. I thought maybe one box of stuffing wouldn't have been enough, but look, it's plenty. It's sort of like a shepherd's pie without the potatoes. Or after a Christmas meal and you've got leftovers, you know, you do it. Cranberry served with this, so it would be nice. Okay, I'm going to cover that with foil, and I'm going to put it in the oven, and I will cook it at supper time, and then I'll bring it back to serve you up a piece. Okay, it's the end of the day. We're ready for supper. We're very ready for supper. As a matter of fact, Bill's already eating his supper. I finished my supper, and then I went, I forgot to film the casserole. So anyway, I've got it ready to show you now. I put out the leftovers. I set them up on a plate to show you how they turned out. It is absolutely delicious. It is so easy. I really hope you try it. I'm going to turn you around here. There we go. And I just put a few strawberries on the side of the table. Bill got me some lovely strawberries while he was out with Cal today. And this here, it's no longer just with the topping on it because I mixed it up when I put it away into the fridge. So that's our leftovers. And I'm going to enjoy them tomorrow for lunch. Okay, we'll see you all tomorrow.